Hey guys, Josh Hankin here, creator of the DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Training System. We just got back from Providence, Rhode Island from the terrific Perform Bear 3-day summit where we got to present our DVRT training system to over 300 fitness professionals. The great thing about meeting all you guys is you come up with great questions, both those that are performing our DVRT program and those that are interested in using it with themselves and their clients. So one of the biggest questions we get is still about the Ultimate Sandbag Clean. So we're going to talk about two different components of the Ultimate Sandbag Clean. The first being is to understand how posture and position play a big role in the clean itself. Meaning that a lot of people feel compelled that they have to perform the clean. Just so we're on the same page, what is a clean? So if we start our Ultimate Sandbag close to our body, get our weight back on our heels, we pop the bag right into our arms. My hands are loose, and what I can do is I push my hips back and meet the weight down back on the ground. So that's a clean. Bring the weight from the floor to the ground in one clean motion. Now, a lot of people have problems with it, but mostly from the standpoint of how do they actually receive the weight. That's because a lot of people don't understand how to accelerate the weight. So let's break down some other components. You do not have to perform the clean. In fact, I sort of recommend that you don't if you're new to Olympic style weightlifting. So we're going to go over a couple of exercises that will help you learn how to use the clean correctly. One is bent over row. So if we're going to use the bent over row requires us to hinge at our hips, similar to what we do in the clean. We have to hold a good low back posture, and it makes us hold this posture for some duration, getting us familiar how to keep our weight on our heels, how to stabilize to our trunk, and be in good alignment. So with the Ultimate Sandbag, we obviously have a ton of gripping options, but to keep it simple, I'm going to grab the parallel handle, pull it in. Now a lot of people will just let the weight drop down. I want you to control the weight back down, because as the bag moves, it's going to want me to flex in my trunk very quickly. So I have to resist the flexion of my trunk as the bag moves down. So you definitely use your bent over row as a preparatory exercise. We can also use the Zercher, or what we're calling front hold good morning. A front hold good morning, because the Zercher is a little bit of a namesake that confuses people, is the bag has to line the crooks of the arm. Now ironically, I have to get the bag and I have to clean it into that position, but I'm not going to use the clean for repetition. So if you're not quite proficient yet, it's okay. Keep the bag close to my body, clean it up the best I can, hopefully relatively cleanly, keeping my shoulders down and back, slight bend in my knees. I'm going to hinge back, and as I come forward again, drive through those heels, come back up. As I come more horizontal, the bag is pulling me forward in flexion. So I really have to keep the shoulders down and back, arch tight in my low back to be in good alignment. All components that are going to work with your clean. Now, over time, I can work in what we call a high pull. The hard part is people don't understand how to get their arms around the bag during the clean. So what you'll see wrong a lot of times is people doing this. They don't quite get the bag around. They're almost scared of the impact the bag has upon their body. If done correctly, there is no impact really upon the body during the clean. I roll my arms around. But let's take the high pulls. I'm going to use a little bit lighter bag to start demo. Now, unlike the barbell, we're going to grab our neutral handle so we can keep our upper back in good alignment. Keep my weight back, I can now explode and pull up towards the shin. So I'm getting the same type of acceleration and power that's necessary for the clean. So for clients or people that are not used to really accelerating weight, this is an awesome exercise because it's low risk, high reward. You can use it for both metabolic or conditioning, or you can use it to help teach your clean. Finally, I can then get into the clean itself. At this point, I probably have worked on other things like Zercher or front hold squats and lunges to really reinforce how the end point feels. So I want to get used to how this position feels over time. So I know what wrong is. If you clean that bag and you get that type of feel, I'm sorry, you did it wrong. Number two, if you don't do it correctly, you will feel the handles. Not hard, but you'll feel the handles. If I do it correctly, there's absolutely nothing that feels impact upon my body. So really good feedback to know if you're doing it well. So holding my shoulders down and back, elbows are locked, I'm in good alignment, weight back on my heels, right on up, easy. Come back down, push hips back, right back in position. The great thing though is I can use that high pull for a while though. Don't feel compelled to have to jump in that clean. I can do everything from lateral lunge high pulls to staggered. Heck, I can go rotational lunge, high pull, side to side. So that high pull position is awesome. highly underrated. Combine that with your barrel rows and good mornings, and you'll get to your success quickly and find out the power of our DVRT program at dvrtfitness.com.